Hello and welcome. My name is Trismegistus, and today we're going to be streaming some more Factorio Space Exploration. Factorio Space Exploration. It's the mic in shot there. Big smash in the Monaco Grand Prix, so I'm going to go live anyway. And I'll just catch up with it. That's all good. Good old technical. Why is that on the wrong screen? Need to execute the next phase of my my plans for kind of levelling up the stream. I've done a bit, not a lot, as I had to focus on doing the chores. I was too exhausted to do yesterday. I'm really still pretty tired today. But yeah, so I've kind of extended down. I think we were just starting on this yesterday. I think, can't remember. But basically, I have extended down. I've ended up with a bizarre thing here because this was misaligned somehow, and I don't quite understand how. But if I need to do all things like tidy these up as well, because that'll give me a lot of stuff to recycle into the system. I don't need this bonkers thing here, and it's got a load of ammo, and there's all the walls here that'll cut things down. The big, I was going to say blockers, they're not really blockers. The big things that I needed resources that I needed to have were landfill, and I connected up this train, and so it was already set up and kind of ready to go. As you can see, it is still got lots and lots of landfill in it, which should be enough to do what we need to do. I won't be able to landfill lakes or anything like that with it, but it should get us enough landfill to do the lines, basically. And as you can see, it's now hungrily eating away at stone. These are all strapped to loads and unloads and stuff. And the other thing is steel. I've not done anything about steel. Steel is slightly dependent on iron. Obviously, an iron ore is sort of on the cusp of being okay. As it happens, it's all like that because the time it's taken me to do the builds mean that it's buffered itself basically. So we're not actually going to have a problem, I don't think, this stream. But the basic point is that when I start building these big walls with each one of these is like, is it 2 pieces of steel or 5 pieces of steel? So they're really hungry. But as I say, I've got loads of concrete walls that I can recycle and loads of steel walls here already. I'm carrying around 1,000 or something, 500. There's loads in there. So we do have plenty. Why have you not built that? I might just... Because we're almost at the point where I can nip over here and just clear them out, and then we can start properly building it. Yeah, that's just... If I hop out... Actually, I'll just fill that gap in. To you. That brings the rest of that in. Not quite there for getting to the other side, so I think I might... Again... Oh, actually, I never put my lasers on, did I? Cool. So if I shrink that a bit, I think I'm gonna drive over. I forgot the bots right. No, you leave the bots alone. I think I'll be able to nip round now. Whoop. Oh, there's a behemoth there. There's several, in fact. Let's get some artillery on the situation. Oh. No artillery in range. I think we might have kind of used up all the stuff that was buffered up here. Oh, certainly the train is not there, is it? Now, where are you going to? Yeah, there's nothing here now. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it does mean... Because the other artillery is right the way up here. Okay, I'm going to have to sort them out myself. Because that's empty, you see. Which is good in a way, because it's a pain in the bum cleaning up artillery. Just sort of focus on our behemoth boys. Oh, stopped in there. Goop patch. Again, really just trying to clear... Oh, got actual nests there. Clear it out so that when we build in here, they don't instantly, you know, kill off everything we do. That's how I can't do that, can I? Let's have a think. I guess I could send an artillery train. Which is the artillery train? This one. We could send one of them to this station, or just to pop onto the track, I guess. So there, and we could give that a make that huge. Yeah, if I turn robots on in the meantime. For it to turn up, because I'll just stop it there, and then I just don't want to miss it, so that's why I put it on the 2 minutes. Here it comes, I think. Is that the one? That's the one, I think. Awesome. And let's put your manual. The artillery solves some of our problems. There. Just on the edge. Right, so we're going to that mode. You're right for behemoths, aren't you? Are you? Oh, that's not right. Finish them all off. Oh dear. Oh dear. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. They take some damage for behemoth fighters. That seems very loud. And I thought I turned it down yesterday. Yeah, I did. Seemed to have made a lot of difference then. Brilliant. Okay, so that's them wiped out. You're a behemoths as well. So pop you. What are these? Big, small, big. That's all fine and good. Big, big. What we got over here? This looks like it might be here. There we go. Big. Luckily, one shot kills them with the behemoth there. Pop one in there. That's there. And there's grab you as well. Behemoth in there. Another one there. Shows you how I've let the evolution get quite carried away, haven't I? There's 2 then. Crack on 3. Blimey. Behemoth City over here. Put one in there. Is that? Because we want to be coming down this way. So they're all small. I can take them out. What about this uni? There's a few big ones together, so I might just make my life a little bit easier. So they're all sort of clumped up here. Nice one in there. God, crikey, this is bit on the dense side. You're definitely a behemoth, aren't you? No, you're just big. Go. Well, we'll leave it there, the artillery, so should be okay. Oops. Wrong button. There we go. Turn my bots on. So yeah, plan for today is basically the same, really. I kind of very keen to get myself walled in because I had to go all the way over here and repair the wall and give them stuff, and I actually connected this up to the main base because, which is not ideal. But it'll stop. Because basically the bots are going to have to fly the entire length of the base. So it's bound to assign the jobs to... there, that I've missed. It's okay, it's just one. Jink and weave, dodge and weave. Let's just pop down here. Yeah, so I had to, drive over, and that's what I'm trying to avoid, basically. I just want it to be self-sustaining, which means having the trains resupply everything. And the trains have now got, access to all of this good building stuff here, so the whole thing should become sort of self-sustaining. The question of expanding it is, a sort of TBD, because I don't know that the system works properly. So it'd be good to experiment on that up here, because of how I've got the line wrong, basically. So we could take it a couple of roboports worth up and come across here. But yeah, it's things like this, basically, because it's just not restocking it. I didn't fancy building an entire system to do something I've already done, given that we simply lack chests. So the plan is coming to fruition. Probably shouldn't have put that in, but we shall see if that's okay. But it isn't the quickest of plans, let's be frank. Yes, so intention today is to kind of do as much as we can. The other thing I did do, in fact, let's wipe these worms out before I explain what I tried to do. Because, speaking of steel, I have a ridiculous amount of barrels in space. It's the only way... Oops. Turn it off. The only way of getting fluids up into space that I've got at the moment, because we're nearly at this power armor getting down this stuff. And that'll be nice to get proper... The next proper stage of power armor. Start making this up here, aren't they? Let's just give them a little present. See, the problem with the behemoths is the range of their spitting, so you have to clear out quite a long way. Right, okay, I think that's that bit done. We'll pop up and see if they've just finished off the thing. And I will show you the other thing I did, because as I say, I have like chests and chests and chests of barrels. And what I was hoping is that I had a manufacturing thingy, because you have to use the space manufactory or whatever it's called. And it turns out I don't, so I couldn't do anything. But I was also hoping the game might be a little bit sensible and allow me to barrel up, to whatever you call it, parcel up, package up, steel chests, the steel barrels, but it doesn't. So up in space, the problem basically, as I say, is that both sides, these two, the blue one and the spacey one, are dependent on. I wonder if that's run out of. I'm dependent on fluids. So as you can see, I've had to put loads and loads of barrels like this because I don't have a manufacturing. Now, what I was hoping initially is that there would be a delivery cannon recipe that would let you send the barrels back, because apparently you can put the barrels in so long as they're full up. You can't send them back though, which is I don't know why I decided to do that, because I mean, I get, forcing gameplay things and not letting you send everything and all that, but there didn't appear to be an empty barrel cannon recipe, unless I'm being super, super dumb. You think, gas, you see these are all, you've got to have stuff in them. Now I could do a thing, because I think you can get a liquid out of methane, and I could, you know, like re-barrel it sort of thing and send them back. That just seems bizarre. But there's no empty barrel, you know, recipe basically. So what I would have to do, I think, is turn them all into scrap, because there is, I think, yes, no. Oh, you can reprocess them into steel. Okay, I did not realise that. Is there no barrel into scrap recipe then? I mean, that's even better, because what I can do then... Because the other problem, I literally have, I think there's 4 capsules up here. So I'd have to make capsules, and they require explosives. So there's a whole recipe chain. Now, I'm not sure. I wonder if... Is there a... Oh, you can send explosives. Okay. But there's no way... I can't build anything, basically, because I haven't got any of those or any machines. So, because I can't simply stick, you know, barrels in and fire them back, I'd have to process them. Which actually, this is wrong line then, isn't it? And what have you got? If I do that, no. Yeah. So I'd have to, I guess, as it turns out, turn into steel. In which case, I probably wouldn't want to fire them back, or maybe I would, so that I could reprocess the thing. But yeah. So we're just drowning in barrels up here. You know, you can see this is now just completely full again, because barrels are like tiny amount in each one. So say I have this insane barrel chain going on. I guess I could put some in there. But basically, I need to get up to space to sort all that out. Because although I can make the space manufactories down on Earth, but that would mean like firing one rocket to send a bunch up, and it's just massively inefficient because you can't launch them either. So yeah, logistics is being problematic here. Is basically the point. And what I was going to just check, because this seemed to have stopped, is that because it doesn't have, so it's not got a polished one. It's not got a rough substrate. Oh, that's full of scrap. You know, and the scrap I could probably send back if I had a manufactory, but I can't do that either because you can stick them in the capsules. But like I say, even if I set up a thing to, you know, do the thing, I'd have to set up a whole chain to make the capsules. I'm not entirely sure about this part of the game. It seems a little weird, if I'm totally honest. So where do I want to put? I guess I need to clear out that later. But yeah, the thing I added, which I didn't even explain. You two guys. That thing I added was a new, like, barreling thing. So basically, over here. I mean, there are literally, there were literally thousands of barrels, which is what, again, the point. There must be so many barrels hanging around. But yeah, I now have a system for sending barrels, even if it just means more and more accumulating in space. Oh, are we out of repair boxes? Why have we not repaired me? Guess I ended up in the main. Okay, so we need to decide where are we putting the next one of these. I did also tweak so the blueprints are fixed in terms of the you know, that inserter that was messed up basically. Do I put it there or there? Yeah, let's put it there. So we want to put some walls in first anyway. Like that, like that. Maybe not all the way down there. How big is it? So am I doing it there? That in. I do have a turnaround all the way up here, so this will end up kind of in this logistic network, but it's not gonna affect the price of fish. Okay, now, what I do need to do. Let's go and have a quick look over here. I guess we do need to properly cover this, don't we? That's annoying. I was hoping to sort of minimise that landfill. I mean, eventually I'll need to landfill it all anyway. You know, in terms of this, whether I'll landfill the entire lake or not, I don't know, but because I need to be able to, you know, expand it. Cool. So I'll have to wait for all that to fill out. Right. Do-do-do-do-do. Guess we could try and work out. No, I don't want to build it though, do I? And so we could try and work out where we want to put the junction in, but it would be quite a way down. So I think we need to cut across here maybe somewhere. Yeah, where there's that land. Sort of bridge there. And I'm thinking, because the whole base going out here, we go all the way out to over here. Because I need copper, you see. It was part of the point for doing this. So it needs, at least need to encompass some copper. So there'll be that one and that one. But this is actually outside the wall still. But copper up there, you see. So yeah. Right. Guess I could do it with this, couldn't I? Oh no. I don't get how the blueprints do and don't work. It's a bit strange. Like some things carry over and some things don't. It better be a lot less clunkier than that in Space Age. So I'll go all the way down here. And obviously I'll leave that wall crossing over. I'll probably maybe put some lasers in rather than build wall all the way down there. So that should save us a lot of stuff. Right. Can I put this extra rail? I have not got any rail, so I need rail. How many railroads have I got? 9. Ah! So here we go, you see? Power Armor Mark II finished. Excellent. That'll make life a little bit easier. Now, can I build one? Not without a bunch of stuff. Okay. So how about... I pop over here. Okay, so copy that. I'll pop it up here. And then build that. And then we'll get them to build power armor for me. So there'll be nice presents for when we get home. Bit risky this, obviously. They could come and chew on my my stuff. Robots are pretty expensive. What you beating on now? Oh, it's just a bot death. Oh, I can't shoot him in this, can I? Oh, why change that? I don't really want to connect those bot networks. Let's get rid of you. So that makes them separate still, at least. We might end up combining at some point. Okay, so if we keep this like here, then we probably want our next station somewhere in there. I've kind of abandoned the whole 8 roboports thing. I'm just putting them in when I want to. However, is this all built up? Kinda. If we put in the turnaround. No, there we go. Put that in. And then the trains can come, and we need to turn this on. The expansion one, is that the right one? Yeah. Not going to do the landfill one. Because there's not a lot of landfill to spare. Yeah, we'll build that one in, and then I'll cut them off. We can expand down more. Cool. No, wrong button. There we go. It's like an exodus of bots for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. I wonder if because I connected them and disconnected them, they've actually gone into this network, maybe? That'd be annoying. Oh. Okay. Let me build the turnaround. And then we can tidy things up. Trains, please. Trains, please. Why are you coming here? I thought I set you to... Oh, you've not even got a plumbing. Thingy, have you? I wonder if that means it will come... Oh, there's no tracks. I wonder if that means it will come anyway. Train minute is set to 0, isn't it? So, no. Have to see. Right. Who's turning up? What are you? Or something. Okay, let's cut you off. Up here. Boop. Boop. And pop that over the top. Get rid of this gubbins. And hopefully the positioning works. I have suspicion it won't do. And that these are technically in the network down here. But, you know, we'll have to see. We will have to see. No path? Well, I guess not, because there's no railway track. Yeah, so we've got the artillery piece in. Boop. Off you pop, my friend. Question now is it going to shoot any nests? I don't think it is, because the nests are out of range, but there could have been something that spawned in. Let's have a quick look via the old satellite. Ah, there are nests there. Is that in range? No, but only just. Because obviously we want to have the wall here really before we go shooting any stuff. So let's do that then. Yeah, I'm going to have to sort something out here. Well, let's just put the gap in. Oh no. Ah, gold. It didn't give me a notification again. Hello, Asky Raven. How you doing? I keep forgetting I left that on. Let's have a look. I used to keep a tab open with a whole load of them on, but no one ever redeemed it. It's only you. Menacing me, making me tell jokes. I say it didn't pop up with a notification again. I don't know why that is. Just sort of in the corner of my eye. What we got? What's a good one? Oh, that's terrible, Joe. How many stormtroopers does it take to change a light bulb? None, because they are all on the dark side. That's a terrible joke. I love it. Cool. I hope you're having a good day, anyway. Hope your migraine has receded. I know they can take a while. Why is it saying you've ended? I did that ages ago. Got a pop-up saying you've ended your goal and goal started successfully. I did that hours ago. Oh good, just got home and saw you streaming. Well, welcome along. I don't know why it's still got that pop-up on. That's very strange. Twitch, eh? That's it, blame Twitch. Definitely not me being old. Right, so I do need some radars in. I hope you're not causing me problems, artillery. I hope you're just hitting worms and clearing things out. In fact, let's go and find a good spot for a radar. Oops. It's, as I was saying earlier on, probably not going to be the most exciting stream. It is basically this pretty much all stream. So I might have to go and add some steel production on. And that could be an interesting thing because this is, you know, I did this right at the beginning of the playthrough, and it's burning stuff. In fact, doing something like that might not be a bad idea for getting rid of coal, because we still have this problem up here that these are just filling up with more and more. If I do that again. So I mean, they've already completely filled up. So there's 50, 100, 200, 250, like 300,000 pieces of coal. And there's a bunch there as well. Look. In fact, they're almost full, aren't they, these chests? It's just insane the amount of coal that you get. I wonder what Erendor's intention was for, you know, what you're actually meant to do it. Because you can't landfill it, you see. Unless there's a later recipe that lets you do it. You can't landfill coal. Cool. So, do I want the next station there or there? Probably better to do it there, I think. Anyway, if they built all of this, did I turn the expansion on? So, cool. Right, yes. So, death to all things biters. Yeah, I guess it's probably better putting the next station on this side. And then... And if I put it... Yeah... Oops. Like that. And then turn around is here, and that can... I gotta mess about with this anyway, so... I think that probably makes... the most sense. How are we going to do all this? Let's just punch that out. Starters. They're all sat there because there's no network for them to go in. Let's put one there. Oh, I haven't even got any. I don't think there are any in the tank either. No, there's no rubber. What's in there? Let's go and grab one from up here. Because we don't really need... I say I need to deconstruct all of this and sort of recycle it, but that's pretty tedious. So it gives us a... Turn the bots off so they don't do anything stupid with it. Let's put one over here. There we go. And suddenly they all remember where they're supposed to be. A little amnesiacs, aren't they? Right. Let's just delete all of that. I can kind of work something out. Because we could upgrade these, I guess, to requester chests. Yeah, that might work, because then I just need to make sure I've got enough roboport coverage. Okay. Missed a little bit now. Let's put my bots on. See if I can help. See, sort of slice off there, maybe. So that loop back around. Just gonna have that. No, I'm not. I want. Connect that up so that it's able to look round, and then maybe there'll be a simpler job at this end, just to sort of empty it into a chest rather than have to go and grab it all. We do want to connect this up properly. And now I should be able to move you to there. You've got no power. Why not? Put that there. Cool. I guess if I... that wouldn't be connected there, would it? So I guess we need one here in the end. Right, so let's build the rest of this wall in. Where has it gone? There it is. Like that. Except we'll deletify those parts. Just leave that in. I'm always very nervous about, because when you get that sort of curve, you're basically inviting bots to just fly across this here. And if there happens to be, I mean, obviously artillery will keep this clear, as we can see with the radius there, but if there's any biters coming in or responding to being hit by a shell or what have you, then they'll eat my bots, which I'm never a fan of. Okay, so it looks like they've filled in this part, which I can't see because of bizarre restrictions on the... Why is there no... Oh, it's because there's missing landfill. Who would be bringing landfill then? Because I've disconnected that. So I need to... Unless I've got enough landfill to do it. Maybe the tank's got enough landfill in it. Because otherwise I'm going to have to either send a landfill train here, which is a complete waste, or just temporarily connect it all back up again. Let's see if I've got enough landfill in the tank. I've got 400, so I can make a massive 3 more. That'll sort us out. 3 more bits of landfill. Let's turn the bots off for a minute, so it's a bit more controlled. Check my crossings. Okay. So. Oh, I didn't get it out of the tank, did I? I'm an idiot. Right, let's grab all of that. Okay. So I need to fill these in, so I can build the bits and pieces. I don't know that I really need those gapped bits of landfill. Okay. Now we want to top. Cool. Let's put that back. In case I want to use it again. Right. Not doing too bad. Bit messy on this, but oops. But they seem to have built it, I think, mostly. So we could put the turnaround in. However, that would mean deleting some of this, I think. Like that. Wait, wasn't there a train here before? I've got the wrong things. Okay. Imagining things. Right, so need to work out where I want the corner to be, basically. Okay. Doobie-doobie-doo. So we do need expansion to be on. No, I'm at the complete wrong end of the map. Or do I? The expansion is for building extra stuff. And if we are literally... I think I'm going to just do this. Although I haven't got any roboports, so I could steal some from a chest somewhere. Because who's going to turn up? Walls will turn up no matter what. Or it should do. Why are you... Oh, because you're connected to the other one. Just because it's got an expansion there, you see, and that'll have a load of roboports in it. So maybe I should just go and steal some from up here. And this is why this is doing this whole thing of turning up but not unloading, because it's getting mixed signals, basically. Okay, so if we separate these... So we want that one there. And then this will become its own network. We'll be connected... Oh no, no, we're okay on that front. But it's connected to these. I'm wondering maybe if I just botch together a requester putting stuff on the belt rather than requesting it across, because then we'd still get construction things going on. Let's think. So because these aren't long enough coverage, you know, if I got rid of that robot port, this would be vulnerable. But what I can do is take that. Oh, I want it on the right side of the belt. Maybe I should just do that. No, that's gonna. Because I don't want to just fill the entire belt. Because that's on the outside. If we put it on there. There we go. And you've got your request, although there's no ammo coming. That's interesting. Is that because nothing is... Oops. Nothing is... No. Nothing has turned up here. Wars unload is on red. Okay. Oh, it would be arty unload. That would, yeah, that is. Waiting for train. Excellent. So that's disconnected. Train is coming. No, it's unloading. Artillery's going to do its thing. And bots are going to unload. And they'll basically put some in here, and then it'll dump them on the belt, just so that this remains fed before I expand it. Okay, cool. We have botched together a solution. I'm happy with the botch. So, I need roboports, don't I? Have you delivered roboports here? Can I steal these roboports? Where would they be? On there. Yeah, it's not got any. Why not? Because that's the expansion. Would Wars Unload not have? No, it doesn't look like Wars Unload. Unloads roboports. Which terrible idiot put this together? I guess I figured that the roboports were far enough back that it wouldn't matter. Okay. So if we're going to steal roboports, how many would we need to steal? We would need... The other thing I could do is link up this rail here. Because we want it to have, you know, lots of... We don't want the trains have to go right the way around the entire thing. Anyway, so we would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh no, got on there, but we're then going to need another load over there. So I need like 30. Okay, that's quite a lot. Toity. It was quite interesting seeing the Friday Fact. Oh, there's loads in here. Let's grab 14. In the Friday Facts video that you know, when he was doing the latency things, recording the videos, because they're clearly planned out. You know, sort of I'm going to do this and then this and then this. You know, to be able to demonstrate which is what you'd expect. It's not just random recording of things, but he kept jumping out of the tanks and cars while they were still moving. Which I say, I don't know whether that was because he'd done it so many times that, you know, he was like, well, I need to jump out again. Well, that's just how it plays, but I kind of learned not to do that because you end up destroying half your base, especially with tanks, because they don't mess around, tanks. They do a lot of damage when they roll into stuff. Oh. It's weird it assigns the deconstruction orders to the network pods. That's interesting. So I mean they're waiting for them. Yeah, and also hazardous to your own health, that jumping out of tanks. Very easy to get run over. Not that I've done that, obviously. Definitely not. So let's get some radars on. There. Oops. I bet it's not got radars, has it? Because they're part of the expansion thing. No, I'll have to go back and do it. So they're all stacked up waiting for network bots to do it. Clear division of labour. Right, so I guess if I was using a T, and we put that maybe there. Is that sensible? Expanding out here is going to be an absolute nightmare. Because it's just water all the way. So if that was there... Can't lie. Oh, it's the rail, isn't it? And then... This was the line across. Where would this end up? Do we think that's right? I think that's probably okay because it's not too far from there. We've already cleared out kind of enough of that. I wonder if there's any... Yeah, there are some shells left here. Hopefully they'll be able to do most of these. It doesn't drop off many shells. Okay, so then that would be across there. Okay, and then it is just below that bit. So we should be able to just keep going. And I'm hoping to go through that gap. But I don't know, I might not be able to hit it that accurate. But, you know, as long as we're relatively there. We go across there. And then there's actually some copper. And I can grab some copper. Hello, Senna. How are you doing? Greetings, Factorio fans. And greetings to you too as well. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah, okay. Let's go and... this. And then... I guess I need to landfill this, don't I? I'll probably... just do that bit. And then... how much of this can I just sort of leave to be a mess, really? What are you waiting for here? Is it landfill? What are they waiting for? Oh, there's a tree there. Okay. Gosh darn trees. There's one there. Okay, so if we put this in again. So it's able to do the corner, is the point. Cool. I think we would end up with a station there, I think, because you know, any work there is going to involve landfill and roboports, I think. But that's for much later. Find the right one. Oops. Like that. Doing well, thank you. Are you a bit closer to a self-sustained base? Closer, yeah. I did do a little bit, not a lot, of work. So, I guess to explain, I was sort of down to here-ish when the stream started. So, we're building this. It's pretty quick to build, you know. It's not a bad system. It's just I'm adding what I should be doing. I should originally, you know, have my like intermediate walls already there. And then I would be expanding up from them. So the whole thing is meant to be almost completely remotely done, which is one of the reasons I wanted to test it on this, because it's kind of how I would envisage this should be played and how Space Age you know, might end up working. Keen to, you know, do all of the... We'll see how, you know... Where the heck is my tank gone? I can't see. There it is. How remote working is implemented in this, and therefore, like how it might work in Space Age. But obviously, it has a lot of restrictions on it in terms of what you can actually do. So there's that. But yeah, the whole system is meant to be remote, but I've never actually used it in anger. I designed and built it in like creative mode, so it's very difficult to test without jumping into the, you know, base game. And of course, you need it to be at the right stage. See what I mean? You can't just go. There. I'll just go plopping it in, sort of thing. So they're sort of two apart, aren't they? So it goes 2 and then 1, 2. Do goes 1, 2. Do 1, 2. Do 1, 2. Do 2. We'll leave that because it's probably where the station's going to go. Let's have a drive down. Oops, drive down. I do think the controls, if they, if they're not based the controls on this, because I'm finding it quite confusing. It's particularly the, because like you go into this remote view, which is like, I mean, what he's doing is making a copy of the player and putting it in sort of a God mode, so it can just fly around, which is why I can then do things. You know, I'm automatically in ghost mode, and you know, I can click on combinators and change them, which you can't obviously do in normal ghost mode. But then if you do stuff like go into map mode, this is me as the remote avatar, and then I'm back into that, and then you know, it sort of flips between where you are and where you're not. Because if I go, so if I go to that, right, and I go into map mode, now you'd expect N to take you back to player, but it doesn't. It just flips it out of map mode, and then you have to press it again to go back to your player. So I hope it's less clunky in Space Age. I'm sure it will be, because you know, they can actually change the code properly. But I get the idea of it. And of course, we might even have all these mysterious vehicles that we've kind of, or remote player avatars, or whatever the heck the secret thing is that we just don't know about. If I do the full one again, pop that on. And I might just actually build the turnaround straight off. I'm gonna have to move my tank now. Cool. Now I have all sorts of bots set off. Yeah, they have. Cool. Let's let them work on that, and I'll go and weather reports along here. Get us to the next coastline. Okay, are they my bots? What have you been doing? Gonna need a radar or two, aren't I? There it is. So I mean, and that's another thing. Well, this I really don't get. Why I can't access my own blueprints? You know, when they're in this. I don't know if I have to add them on here in some way, but I don't really see how I do that. But anything you're holding, whatever, as you flip between the two modes, it just drops basically. So yeah, it's all a bit clunky if I'm totally honest. But that's fine. It's a mod. Maybe I should, if I put one there, kind of covers everything, I think. Yeah. Okay, landfill. Oh. Let's see. I guess the devs have had discussions about not making things too similar to SpaceX, even though some already revealed things are similar, but some things must be similar too, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, there's obviously always an element of, you know, if you think about it, there aren't only certain kind of things you can do in a sense. You know, you can't. You're limited by the engine, and you know, I guess they're not as such, but you're limited by the how to phrase it. The art of the possible, in a sense. You know, you can't go sticking in things that would work better in Satisfactory or something like that, because it's just not going to happen, isn't it? You know, it's a 2D game basically, so there's other things that you might, I guess, put in, but couldn't possibly. That appeared to be it for ammo there. Couldn't possibly achieve. So, yeah, you know, it has its fundamental limits. I'm a bit puzzled why they're not building stuff. I guess because I forgot to turn the expansion on. I did. Doing that. But yeah, also, you know, fundamentally, there is actually, in most, you know, EULAs, most end user license agreements, EULAs, there tend to be things that, basically, if you do a mod for a game, generally speaking, the original developers of that game own your mod. It's kind of an unwritten thing that, you know, because it's their IP and you're modifying their IP, so it's a derivative work, so that, you know, they own it basically. And obviously most devs, they're not gonna. It's why you get the difference between, you know, something like the emulator for a Nintendo thing. Nintendo actually tends to turn a blind eye unless you try and monetize it. If you try and make money out of something that is their IP, then, you know, that's when they slap you with the lawyers things. But if you're just doing it and it's not really hurting anybody, you know, not losing them money, then they'll often just, you know, turn a blind eye. But I say it tends to be the dividing line. So it gets a bit tricky with all the Patreon, you know, supported modders, because, you know, are you paying them to develop the thing? If they give the actual thing away, then you're paying them instead to, you know, just do the time. If you're effectively paying them for the time rather than the actual. Oh, we've almost run out of fuel. Been paying attention. Then, you know, say most modders will, or most devs will kind of turn a blind eye to that. But if you suddenly start trying to charge for the actual mod itself, then they're like, well, you've stepped over a line there, basically. Can't you access the blueprint window from remote mode to place it? I mean, the one specifically in your player's inventory. Yeah, so I've got, obviously, that's my blueprint book of all of my blueprints. I've actually I did actually trim away some rubbish. So that, what I've then got is shortcuts on my hotbar. So that is a blueprint book within that blueprint book. So it's Defence is Final then. And if you go into this remote view thing, you see they've all gone to that you've not got a blueprint in your inventory. Which makes sense because this is sort of my inventory now. But I don't see how I get my things available. It's like, in order to get the remote, I had to actually sort of, quotes, build a remote and put it in the inventory. And it has like code in it to basically make these. So it's actually spawning these. It's making red wire infinitely, but only 2 of them. So if I want to do something with wire, I can do it, and it's not going to cost me anything because it's, you know, freely spawned. And like these, whenever we get this weapon delivery thing, I'll be able to build remotes to put them in, or Spidertron, and I actually put the radar and the space platform on there, I think. But if you try and put them in the inventory, does that mean it won't let me put that in? So I don't know what's going on. So I could maybe, if I do that, but it's not. Oh, hang on. There you go. If I put it in. Well, what inventory is that though? So if I. Is that the game blueprint library? You see what I mean? This is incredibly clunky. So if I put copy of this whole thing in the game blueprints, is that how I can get at it? So if I then do that, there we go. Except that those don't now work. So that's got me my blueprint book. Okay. But not access to these. But that's kind of my point, effectively. It's all clunky workarounds rather than nice and intuitive, but sort of what you'd expect. Wow, are these all behemoths? Behemoth party here. So at least I know how I get at the blueprints, but it didn't put them on my hotbar. I guess because it's a separate thing. It really is behemoth time, isn't it? It's the infamous legalese that we all agreed to without ever reading those huge things on it. I don't, because I'm pretty sure the EU did a whole thing where basically they're not enforceable, because it's part of the whole GDPR and all those things. You have to give informed consent to something, and if you literally just have a checkbox that someone can check without any kind of proof that they've read it, then the way particularly European law works is it's just assumed that you haven't read it, unless you've got something that demonstrates you properly have. And it's where you get some of the EULAs where you have to scroll all the way down to the bottom and before the checkbox becomes active. And that's meant to be you scrolled all the way through, so you must have read it. But you can't actually prove someone has, read and understood it simply because they scrolled a list down, scrolled it down. And I'm pretty sure, as I say, the EU law is basically that essentially they're not enforceable. I know Larian put in, didn't they? On their EULA for Baldur's Gate 3, it's got that. In fact, I'm pretty sure they put it on DOS 2. It was the same joke, but it basically says something about giving your firstborn child to the elder gods or something. I can't remember what it says. But there's a few jokes tucked in there. So. No, you're not doing this. No, we're not having more nests spawn. Thank you very much. But yeah, so as I say, most Eulers have things about. And it makes it, you know, it's fine. It's their IP. If you're making money out of it, they should be getting a slice of that cake. If you put the blueprint book in a global, yeah, blueprints in it, I guess it could work. I recall correctly, the global blueprint window is truly global, containing blueprints per save, but also cross save. No, that's a UI I can get behind. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure they put the same joke in, DaVinci Original Sin 2. But yeah, I mean they are kind of nonsense. You would have to kind of prove that someone understood what they'd signed up to. There's also in British law in particular. Oops. Oh dear, that's not good. Wow, that was expensive. Okay, I think I might reload from that. How long ago was the last save? Because that was extremely expensive. Wow, is that the last time I saved when I was over there? It hasn't done one for a while, is it? And I bet it's set on half an hour. Can I not? Because it only tells me the play time. Oh. I wasn't paying attention. Didn't see the rock. Because that's just lost me a huge amount. I don't mind dying and what have you, but there was an enormous amount of stuff in my tank. Oh, I'm going to die anyway, I think. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to reload that. That's very annoying. I was about to die anyway, so... Oh, we're not too far off. Okay. I assumed this was somewhere else, but... Okay. So... Now paying slightly more attention. I think this is why Aaron does put all these rocks in place. Because alien biomes spawn so many rocks, it's kind of bonkers. And I think it is to stop you doing drive-bys, basically. You know, to make it harder. Oh, that's you lot. Deja vu. How are we doing? Have you built some stuff for me? Not quite. Still got bits of rail missing. Probably connected there. Okay. Guess we'll leave it a bit then. Just thinking where I want the next station to be. Because we got that one there. We're going to have to do a load of landfill. I've put the turnaround there. Yeah, I think we'll have the... It swings and roundabouts, isn't it? We'll have the next station in here. But we'll keep this connected to this side. Would I be able to do that? No, I think I'll have to do it there. But it means I'm going to have to get landfill delivered here. Unless I fill it all in. Ah, looks like they've connected. That's good. I need to set expansion to be active, don't I? Anyway, let's clear the last of these local ones out. See if we can sneak around. Times. Getting stuck again. That's... Yeah. Goopy. Let's block up by them all again. Yeah, I mean that's in like, so even if I connect that and then there's stuff here. Oh look, I forgot about them. The bots flying over, you know, they'd be a long way, but they'd be flying inside any wall, so that's not too problematic. But yeah, I think this is going to have landfill. Okay. Should be good. Guys off. Still wondering if we're going to get like a super behemoth worm or something. Because there was a kind of hint of another worm. On the Volcanus, on what was it called? Factorio I think? That, whoops. Ooh, no. So it was like a red one, basically. Lava worm could be quite cool. It works like that. Dodge and weave. Oh, got a bit gooped, huh? Cool, that's all them gone though. Is this going to be far enough back? I mean, no, because there are actual nests there. But I can't shoot it. My gamer instincts are deprived. I can't shoot it. I'm starting to doubt any new interesting enemies, but I guess that they basically have to do something. Rocket turrets should be very good against the present max level biters, so it would get too easy without an increase in biter difficulty. Yeah, I suppose it could be that they don't increase the difficulty as such. You know, it's not necessarily hard, but they introduce new mechanics for fighters, so you know that they attack in different ways. So flying fighters or something like that. They could be quite wimpy. Yeah, could be that they don't do much damage. But of course, like this, I mean, I'm obviously walling myself in, but I've left gaps here, you know, because I can't fill in the landfill properly yet. So also, if they come out of the water or something like that, they could literally just effectively spawn here. You could have wet water biter nests or something, and so out they pop, and then you've got some problem to deal with of how do I kill off a load of biters here when they're outside my artillery range. You do some nests, and then they just float in, and they come across the sea, and then they attack inside your base effectively. And you can't quite get rid of all the water because you need water to build stuff, Or flying biters could, they could be fast, but then again they're not very tough. So you can wipe them out, no problem. But it means having to have rocket turrets or something all throughout your base, that type of thing. So say not necessarily hard, or more difficult, but new mechanics effectively. Well, like I said, the gribbly alien guy, the brain guy, could be a shield. And now that you've got prioritization, you can say, right, target him first. Oh, I've missed one. And he's not all that tough to beat, but you just got to got to work through his shield first, type of thing. So yeah, it could be that they're not hard as such. It's just that you have to use what they would call combined arms, so that you can't just rely on flamers or something like that. You've got to have gun turrets. You've got to build rocket turrets. But the tricky part with biters always is that you can just turn them off, So I don't know. I was saying yesterday that could be the controversial thing, that you won't ever be able to turn them off again. I can't see them doing that though. Have we built all this? I think we built all this, haven't we? Cool. So I think I can safely disconnect this. Doop, doop. I'm on the wrong menu, but now we can go that, go that, go that. Yeah, we go. I can put that in there. So it's a bit pointless in, but yeah, whatever. Okay. Did you? You've not dropped off any landfill, have you? Oh, you have. Why are you not building this then? Huh? So landfill is there. There are construction mods. Unless they've built it and I just can't see. Oh, they have. Okay. So I need a radar then. That's what you're telling me. That you need a radar. Where is the... There it is. Excellent. Flying biters sound very interesting. Also, boss-like monsters would be cool. If pollution greater than X spawn magma boss, yeah. That's sort of one of the things I was going to try and talk about. I don't know if I'll ever get to do my military video, kind of before they reveal any details, because it's looking increasingly like I'm not going to have the time to do much in terms, of writing scripts or anything like that. So I wonder if I could speed this along. It's pretty. This part's pretty slow, so I'm thinking maybe I can grab some of this landfill and do it myself. But yeah, I mean, quite like boss enemies, I think. I'm not the biggest fan of bosses in games. It always feels a bit artificial. Artificial roadblock sort of thing. But having super tough enemies, I mean, they sort of got it already. Behemoths are sort of meant to be the boss the boss enemies in a sense, but having one, as you say, that is, it costs 100,000 pollution or something, and so when it stacks up 100,000, or there's maybe a special type of nest that it spawns from or something like that, where, you know, once you've got to insane levels of pollution, it eats it all in a pop, and suddenly out pops this megavita. Quite cool, eh? Again, the difficulty of it is always if you make it harder or you make it too specialised or what have you, then, you know, you've got to remember that Space Age is heavily integrated into the main game. So it's not like you finish the main game and then you do the expansion content. You know, you do the expansion content as part of playing the main game. So, in other words, you're going to encounter whatever new enemies they put in. You know, like 20 hours in, sort of thing. So, if you're a new player and you've bought both the main game and the expansion, I do actually wonder what if Wooby will do a complete edition, and that's the first time they'll give anything resembling a discount, because it makes sense. I think. I know they've said they don't do discounts, but I think the cost of the main game plus the expansion, buying them from scratch, you know, from nothing, would actually be quite expensive, because it's, I can't remember what it is now. Is it 30 quid for the main one? So it gets up into triple later. You know, it's like 60 quid. You buy both the main and the expansion, I guess. Anyway, lost my train of thought there. But yeah, so any enemies you add, if you make them super tough because you're thinking of them as late game, then unless you engineer it like with evolution, that they do appear late game, you're effectively giving a brand new player an even harder time. So their response to that could well be, well, I'm just going to turn them off then. Which is probably not what you want. The ultimate controversial thing they could do would be to rename the quality levels to grey, green, blue, purple, orange, yellow. I'd be amused by people losing it on Reddit and Discord. Yeah. That would be kind of fun, I think. I suppose, you know, that's one of the things that sort of amused me about that thing, about the naming, and I say I don't like the name. But, you know, I don't call this, you know, where is it? I don't call that an automation science pack. That's a red science pack, you know, and that's a green science pack, and that's a grey one or a black one, you know. So I don't even call the science packs the right name. And nobody does. You know, who actually calls them by their proper names? So, you know, I just call them by whatever I want, really. Are you seriously assigning the... Yeah. So I'll build it in. Oh, there we go. Stop. Oh. Crashed into that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so I'm sure there'll be just level 1, level 2, level 3 quality. So what's your best guess on what the actual theme is for Bacchus then? I still think biological is the favourite, or certainly oil-based, because we've not had anything for liquids. They have, well, they did say that they weren't going to change the fluid mechanics code. So it makes even more to me, which you might think of, well, you know, okay, but to me that's an even bigger hint that they're going to do something with fluids, because as we all know, the way they work is weird and, you know, problematic for UBS. Well, if you're going to make the entire game bigger and more complicated to play through, then you're giving yourself an even, you know, poorer optimization or bigger optimization problem. So having ways to shortcut so you can make plastics or something without basically having any fluids at all. Because if you think about the amount of... It's blue circuits now, you see. Or the recipe's different in this, isn't it? Oh no, it's about the same. So it's blue circuits for rockets now, and the number of rockets you're going to have to launch, that's quite a lot of sulfuric acid and a heck of a lot of advanced circuits, which of course are plastic. Are they plastic in this? I think they're, yeah. So that's a real heavy demand for fluid. And obviously Falgora has blue circuits straight away, you know, just from the scrap, so that's a shortcut. For example, why have you not built this robot? Volcanus has, I think, lots of lube basically available. I think, because you get coal liquefaction there. So that's more weighted toward, and they have changed the recipe, I think they said. So it's more weighted towards heavy and lube, so that'll certainly help things out. But why are we not building this? Just going to take it all the way over. Tired of messing around. Chugga, 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 chugga. Cool. I guess some oil thing or something similar, and I base it almost entirely on the complement of Volcanus and Falgora's production tech. Although I guess Aquilo could also have improved production of existing things along with new things. I guess Aquilo is more about new things than the other three, though. So you mean like new, like properly new technologies? Somebody suggested on my one of my videos, like the suggestion video, that well, they hadn't quite suggested it this way, but well, we know Aquilo is the cold planet, right? And I've been always thinking about it. Oh, have I run out of landfill? I'd always been thinking about it, therefore, as a hazard to avoid, basically. So, you know, you've got to work around the cold. But their suggestion, and given this has supercomputers in it, and we're getting superconductors and supercapacitors and those things, perhaps cold is the actual resource on Aquilo. So in order to get your supercomputers to work, and that, you know, that's the machine on Aquilo, is supercomputers. And it could be different how you use them and what you use them for, but it's not just a science pack necessarily. But that effectively it's the cold that you want. You want the cold on Aquilo because you want to run your supercomputers using the thermal fluids like it does in this. In fact, but I don't think the thermal fluids... Oh, clicking the wrong buttons here. Yeah, no, the supercomputers use the thermal fluids. So, given they don't seem to be at all averse to just putting things from this in it, I'm sort of wondering if maybe he's right, and that it's basically the point of Aquilo is the cold. You know, it's not a hazard to avoid. Oh, why did you not build? It's why you go there. Because the implication, and as you say, I think it's also about new stuff, because we've pretty much found out, or had hints out, or what have you, that of where the techs that they're moving off of Nalvis are. You know, they kind of told us some, and others are fairly easy to guess. So yeah, that sounded like a really good idea to me. Right, so pop that in there. The coal thing is interesting. It wasn't Volcanus rich in coal, and has the coal liquefaction taken out. Yeah. Yes, coal liquefaction is moved to Volcanus, and it's absolutely sort of drowning in coal, basically. So that's how you get oil there. Obviously, we don't know what the change is, but my assumption is it's to remove water from it, because what you don't have so much of Volcanus is water. There's that whole... Oh, that was expensive. There's the whole... 1, 2, 3... You there, maybe? 1, 2, 3... What was I going to say? Yeah, I mean, coal liquefaction at the moment. Wait, no, it was the Kickstarter. You don't need the kickstarting fluid. I think they said that. So, you know, at the moment, you obviously need some heavy oil to make, you know, to start the process rolling, and you don't need that anymore. But it doesn't actually, does it? Oh, I guess it would be different in this, maybe. Oh, you need steam, that's right. And of course, steam you get on Volcanas from the, whatever they're called, the geysers, the sulfuric acid geysers. When you process that, you get steam, sulfuric acid, and I don't know if you get anything else or not, but you would obviously be able to then use the steam to power stuff as well. So, why have you put that in there? Yes, so you need water, but in the form of steam, which of course you've got from the sulfuric acid geysers. So here. Oh. That. So where we've got the here, to do a bit more. That. No. Power bomb smelt. Cool. This wasn't complicated at all, was it? Station. There we go. Thing. Put it on there. Okay. Let's do it from this side. So. I did that. Put that there. Alright? No. Why do I have two? I think I've got that in the wrong place. Let's put this in first. So there is some protection going on. And then we'll put this. Oh, I have! Why is that now? Oh, of course, I put them on the. Yeah. Put it done by. Yeah, on that side, not this side. I mean, I've only done like 10 of them. I wouldn't need to remember then. Assuming Bacchus and Aquila are a little meh and there are no more features or content than what's been revealed or teased, would you still look forward to the expansion? Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I think those are enough for me. I think, in the sense of, you know, I don't really need dramatically more content from that point of view. I think what we've heard already, there is, and I say this is the problem, and it's the sort of thing people have been saying of, you know, stop reading the Friday Facts and all that sort of thing, because there's a once you know what something is and you've had a lot of time to think about it and you've had lots of details about it, it feels then, I don't know how to phrase it, like it's not a surprise anymore. So, you know, there's no, you know, none of us have played, well, probably people who have in testing, but none of us have played on it, and yet it feels like we're all super familiar with it already. I don't quite know how to explain that, but yeah, sort of because the surprise has gone, then it loses its mystique, I guess. I don't know how to phrase it, but yeah, no, I mean, I think if I just have those mechanics, I'd be happy with it. Fine with that, particularly with, and nobody seems to believe me. I don't know, and they have said it. You know, that they are exclusive recipes, so you can only make foundries on Volcanus. So if you want to build foundries on space platforms, you either got to send them to Volcanus, or you're going to ship the space foundries around. So it's effectively a gigantic train network that we're going to be building. As you can see, I enjoy building train networks. So yeah, I'd love it even from that point of view. Same here, but it would be sad if the real world. Same here, but it would be sad if the rest would be bad compared to things so far. Probably pay, if only for the quality of life improvements and elevated rails. Yeah, I mean, I suppose there's that, isn't there? That you'll probably get most of the quality of life improvements without paying. I don't think hardly any of them are going to be locked behind the expansion as such. You know, I think all that's essentially free content, basically. Elevated rails, you know, part of the expansion. And quality, of course. You could just do a playthrough with quality. I mean, I think, you know, even if I ended up hating it somehow, I wouldn't begrudge paying for it. I've said this before. I don't feel like I've paid enough for Factorio for the hours I've got from it. Why are you not powered up? Because there's no power. Oh. So yeah, as you say, and you could, you know, sorry, if I ended up hating the expansion, then just being able to turn elevated rails on and off you go on a normal playthrough, then I think I'd be more than happy with that. I can't see why I wouldn't enjoy the new planets. I wonder if I got any lasers in. Too many there. So that we are a bit better protected. So I think we'll leave this as one continuous network, but I will extend this all the way to here. And then we'll build that bit in with landfill from this one. So in other words, we do need to turn on, well, we need to turn on the expansion anyway. So we're doing the right stuff. But then this one we will get it to bring us landfill trains. I think I need to build them. Need them to build it in a bit more. In fact, have I got any rail? If I put the turnaround in and have trains come this way. Because it will trigger a lot of artillery fire. Which probably need to build all across, don't I? And there are proper nests here, so we would get attacks. I'm not sure. It's obviously not here. Would that be in range? I think this would all be in range, you see, so we get a lot of attacks, but I don't think these would be. So I think we'd be safe from like the giga attacks. Nope, I've not got any rail. Okay, I have got walls though. Have I got any other bits that might be useful? Assemblers and stuff. Assemblers. Inserters. Top you up like that. I brought gates. And I think the actual thing has gates requested in it, but there's not a single gate. Because the whole point of this is it's self-contained. So I don't know why it's got gates in it. Yeah, you said that you think the recipes will only be crafted on the specific plates, and they have confirmed it in either artifacts or Discord. Yeah. We didn't just confirm it there. It's on the investor. Yeah, investor. It's on the Factoriopedia. It's right there in black and white. The exclusive recipes. But yeah, you still see people going, you know, don't seem to believe it. Okay, let's see if I can kind of build a good chunk of this. I'm wondering if I really need to bring so much stuff in the tank, especially having just lost it. I'm not that big a fan of cheating all the time. So I've got these gates for no apparent reason. Right, so this is the blueprint here. Let's see how far. Whoops. No, wrong button. How much of this have you built? You're still lacking all the rail for some reason. Seems to be quite slow to build the rail for some reason. It's a bit strange. We could also connect this up. I could go and do that. Give a more direct route. Wouldn't need the turnaround then. Where's my straight? Let's just build that bit, because this should connect. Look at that, perfect. I'm not going to build that bit, so we don't get trains flying around here. So we're not doing too badly. I mean, we've done all of that section in a couple of hours, and it's very heavy on the water. This is a bit nicer, this bit. However, there are proper nests in here. Yeah, proper things. And what I might do is kind of leave this bit, and we'll go up. We'll work out where the corner is, because it needs to be right the way over here, you see, so that we can be around the base, which means clearing out all of these. So I think instead I might just work out where the corner is, and kind of we'll go up here and like work down basically, because I'm still gonna have to clear them out. I think that's going to be a little easier. So I need to go across there. So yeah, there is quite a lot of stuff that I don't suppose I can... No, I can't. We could always set up a temporary artillery bit there, I guess. Lob some stuff over. Do you also stick to T-crossings and avoid four-way ones? Generally speaking, yeah, I try to avoid proper crossroads. Just because of... I'm not the... Oh, there's actual biters over here. That's not fun. Biters and behemoths. Nice. Well, not nice, as the case is. Yeah, I tend to avoid crossroads because my crossroads are not very throughput optimized. I tend to always build, and I don't know why I do it really. I do love my train system, I love it, but the junctions are always tiny. I always try and fit them in small spaces. It's what's bitten me in the bum and why I've had to switch to 121, because the train blueprints aren't really suitable for 141 trains, which is what I've then tried to use them for. So yeah, the one, the crossing, the actual crossroads is like basically an exclusionary junction, so anything coming in or out of that junction just completely blocks the entire thing off. And that's how most of my junctions tend to work. I don't put a lot of effort into understanding, well, actually this train could pass all the way through, so I'll make it, what should we call it? So I don't then... They're not properly set up, or... so if I put a crossroads in there, it's not looking very far ahead to the next signal, and trains can block it, which is why it's then not very good. Because any train that tries to go through and then gets stuck itself or waits at a signal blocks the entire junction, and the entire junction then is stopped. But it's because I tend to prefer just doing a simple thing, and I always kind of figure that it's only really like in the central area where trains are going to be flying through all the time. When you're out here in the boonies, the fact that that's the thing. The fact that that's an exclusionary junction and only one train can basically be in it at any one time, or even attempting to go through it, is sort of irrelevant, because how many trains are actually going to be going through here? Not very many. So yeah. I'd love to have because the scaling is weird on the trains when you really think about it. It's like, the fact that they can do these super sharp junction turns and all this sort of stuff is all a bit, artificial. So I'd love to do a playthrough where I did I'd probably have to turn the biters off. It'd effectively be a train world, but, so I'd have to turn the biters off because you need so much space, but do actual, proper, it's what I was trying to do with my aesthetic series, where it was all proper factories that have really big spaces in between them, so that you can use huge trains and all sorts of different sizes of trains, and it would be reasonable distances between the factories, because you think about a lot of what we do. I mean, trains really in this game are just massive chests on belts. They're just another form of belt, really. But it's a belt that carries a chest, so it's yeah. I'd love to do it at a proper sort of scale, really. So that this was a factory, and then your next factory was, over here. So the train has to travel a proper distance. But yeah. Mostly hyped for doing multiple playthroughs with different train setups, yeah. It's going to be great fun, I think, doing... Because it also then, particularly the elevated rails, just creates so many possibilities. Why am I getting feedback on that? Where... Oh no, that's wrong. Yeah, they just create so many, things you can do different. You can have a T-junction where... No, that's fine. So T-junction where, like, that middle rail is like... And I think we've seen them doing this on one of, screen captures. It's almost like a bypass, like on a motorway or a highway, where the actual rail that's above is like going across no matter what. And then if you want to come off, you do like what do you call them? The feeder lanes. What do you call them? I can't really call them. Or where you join the road, and that's effectively what they're kind of doing. And there's going to be all sorts of cool things. It's like, and you could have like it could have a underground, a normal level, which has all the complicated junctions on it, and then there's an elevated level, which is like the pass through, and that any train going really long distance is probably going to prefer the top route if you're signalling, properly, as it were. They don't really appear to be putting this rail in very quickly, which is very annoying. I suppose they are flying a long way, but yeah. You're not being very efficient, boss. I don't think I've got any anymore, have I? Let's go and try and drive down the track without crashing anything. Nuclear fuel trains. Whoops. It's extremely expensive doing that. The nuclear fuel trains going full speed through 90-degree turns sure look unrealistic, but it's mesmerising looking at trains slithering about quickly and smoothly through the late game networks. Oh yeah, I say, well, the sort of notion of different fuel types speeding up and improving trains and what have you is all a bit weird anyway, but yeah, they go a hell of a clip rather. Especially when you've got all your braking forces and all that, they go at insane speeds. Really, a real life train. Which is where, as I say, a more realistic way of doing it would be that actually it's it's not. You shouldn't be really increasing the speed of the train. You should be increasing the size of the train. That's how you move stuff in bulk in the real world. Where are the... There it is. So if I grab some of them. But yeah, I mean, who cares in a sense? I have used up all of my robot boards, so I'll grab some more of these. I've set these at bonkers amounts, haven't I? But the idea with the design of it, to be honest with you, is more based. It was meant to be a end game solution for a mega base. That's what I was really designing, and I wouldn't in any way, shape or form say this is a mega base. It doesn't quite have that production power. Oh. So that should... Oops. That should have turned them on. Or given the trains access to them, anyway. And we need to turn... Or set, rather. Don't need to do it remotely, do we? Oh, that's already on. And then... I guess I should bring landfill here as well. No, let's not bother with that. Because to say, I'm not going to do this because it means clearing out like infinite biters. Because there'll be loads in here that have spawned already. Oh no, it's not too many. Okay, I guess it's not filled in the gaps too much. There, a couple in there. I guess they're sufficiently sort of big that it's excluded them. So a bit weird there's nothing in there. There's the line, there's the line. So we would be going here. So a few cat fills there. One's there. Yeah, just a few bits and pieces. But this is the point I always make. This is what it's spawned in, right? As like a colonisation group. This is what's in this area from the original spawning. So this is a challenge. This is not a challenge. And it should ramp up. You know, it should start out doing stuff like this. And then by endgame, there should be enough biters in a colonisation group to make something on this sort of scale. Probably not that big, but you know, something that's bigger and that it's a proper challenge when they've spawned them in. So I don't actually know how hard that would be to code in, really. Right. No. There's nothing too much. Oh, there's one spawn there. Yeah, okay. Right, so that's sort of adding a bit more detail. While we wait. I think I might go up and... No, wrong button again. Whoa! Haha! There's a train there. Life flashed before my eyes. Okay, so if they're now delivering stuff, then we can kind of chop this off. So, I've actually pressed X at some point. It seems to remember them independently as well, so it's not actually accessing the same thing. It's interesting. Right. Okay, so to fill that in, I think I need to go up and add this rail in. we need to go and head back to base. The intention of this isn't really for them to use use this track. It's just to have it there, more like a guide really. It's missing which are the signals. Fine. Yeah, so we'll head back to base and do sort of restocking. Oh, I clicked something by accident. I don't know what it was. Nuts. I think it might have been nuclear power plants here. Yeah. Yeah, we'll head back to base and restock. I probably need to set some of these a bit differently. Because I don't really need carry quite so much around in the tank, I don't think. Yeah, go back, restock, and then I'll work out. Useful having the laser and stuff, isn't it? Maybe. Don't really need long-handeds at all. There. And then we want like railing, basically. Okay. So head back. I will work out where the corner is so that I can do the bit at the top as well. Right then. Oh. Yeah, we're doing our time quite fast. Okay. Feels weird having played 200 hours and not unlocked Spider Drive. But to be fair, most of it has been me. Like you see, this is all dead. I've used up the entire patch. Spent a lot of time, as I say, kind of compensating for things I did wrong in a sense at the start. Ah, this looks like it might have used up all the coal. Okay, so we can swap that around. Coal. Oh, no, that's from somewhere. I was trying to clear it up because this needs converted into electric furnaces. I was trying to get rid of all the coal and it was taking ages. It would take ages. Wow, that saves 200 hours. Yeah, it is. I mean, this is like the 20th stream or something, so that's 60 hours in and of itself. But yeah, like, you know, doing these sorts of things are not quick, like the, you know, adding all of this in, all this defence stuff. So when I converted the trains to 121 from 141, and I've not really even finished that. There's a lot of stuff left over, but that took ages. I think that the base is more or less prone to getting stuck. Right, let's turn that on. Okay, let's let them do that and then I'll work out where this corner would be. Yes, we need to be... Oh, I never put radars in, did I? Guess we sneak one in. Where? There. Not, I think that they can build radars, can they? Yes, it has radars. Oh, right, okay. Yes, anyway, the point is, if we take this, we take this, then we can have a look and see where this would get to. Okay. You don't have to make some very organic noises, the biters. Oops. Size of this nest. Okay. Where are we? Right, so that's about right. Now, if I was to put... if that was there, and then this corner was on that, the thing now. Where would that line? Is that where I want it? Because it would be... what's that to be? Sort of there-ish. Yeah, I think that's probably as good as we're going to get. So this is the vertical line. And I shouldn't have done that like that. I should have been in that mode. Fine. All the way up here. So I'm kind of pleased it is relatively remotely doable. It sort of works. I'm giving it a lot of assistance. I'm doing a lot of stuff by hand. But I wouldn't have to. So there were the errors that I fixed. And that's a thing. Why is that not aligned properly then? Why would the turnaround not fit in there? Oh, because that's not the right direction of the turnaround, is it? I've had to put one in extra. Turnaround should be that way round. Okay, that's fine then. Wait. Okay. So we're going that way. Might have to do it in that. Oh! come from? You've come a long way. Why not get yourself a nice cup of tea? Okay, so here we go. This is like the super moment of truth. Oh, I deleted too much. Does this connect? Look at that. Perfect. Awesome. Right. So we now know, oops, scale of the job remaining. Obviously this bit, I'll put the rail in sort of thing, but we're not going to be best bothered about, building anything there particularly. Did I ever, I don't think I failed, no, didn't actually go around and do that. That's annoying. Yeah, we put one in there. I'll start doing that. So this is like the slowest part of it. Filling in landfill like that. Yeah. Oh! Where are they going? I never deleted this, did I? Oh, it's got a copper in it. Right, let's get rid of you. Okay. What have I got on me? I don't really need them, do I? And then we got... I suppose having them's worthwhile. And I could put some stuff in the tank then. What I need more of really is rail, I think. So 500 rail. Some of the old walls in as well, I think. Try and have it, having just died. Trying to think about not putting too much stuff in here. Could put some signals in, I guess, couldn't I? Go. Me having landfill would also be probably a not bad idea. Right. How are they doing with all this? Not too bad. Yeah, so effectively this is one gigantic logistics network. But of course there's nothing really going on over here. So I think I'll just leave that there. But yeah, I was going to say the question really is whether this is like functional. So, how much would we need to add? Where is the... Just gone past it several times. There he is. That's there. So we would need a bit of jiggery pokery here as well. Okay. So we need... Oops. That filling in. I guess I could like properly fill it in, but I'll put it ready to go. It's going to make a lot of difference, really. So that's there. because it's put the wall in again. So the row report is on that side. Yeah, let's get them sort of build what they can. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we'll head up to the top here. Kind of, I guess, work on that bit. Do you have any shells left? You do. Ah, it's in Winchester, that one. Okay, so we've got plenty of shells on that side. In which case, let's treat ourselves. Nice little treat. Okay. Have we got all the stuff that we want / need? I was going to put some of that landfill in there as well. Deliver that, I think. Okay. Oh, what's Buddha do? Nothing spectacular. Okay. I mean, we filled that one with landfill, I think. Yeah, so they're able to build stuff there. So I can kind of... That's right. Okay, no. Expand that way with that at the same time, but I therefore think we can have our next station there somewhere. Oh, we did it again. The difference with the main, with this design, is that, and why we shouldn't get so much stuff getting destroyed, is that these are, it's not exact, but these are range. The range of these is basically the same as the ranges. I think it's the back one, we're on the forward one. So effectively, when a biter gets into this here, they're getting hit by certainly a laser, the front one, and then also the gun turrets as well. So we're getting like maximum fire from the 3 rows, whereas here the gun turrets only kick in when they're quite close. If you can see the, you certainly won't be able to see that one, but do that. So the range of the gun turrets is only that. So we're only getting that distance. Of course, that's the time, you know, by that point, the biters will have done their attack run. So they'll be barreling in, and especially behemoths, you know, they will get to the walls. Whereas, because this is oriented such that, there you go. So if you look at the edge here, that's where the gun turret range is. And that's where the secondary laser turret is. So they get hit slightly by that one first. And then as soon as they get to that point, they're getting hit by both that. So effectively at that point there you've got 3 rows of turrets all pouring down fire on anything that's come in. Whereas this, it's like, does the laser, then the laser, and there's obviously gaps as well. There's not quite as much density of coverage. This is a complete wall of gun turrets, and uranium ammo is absolutely OP, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's it. It doesn't look massively different, but it does have a huge impact on kind of the effectiveness, basically. So yeah, I think we'll do the next station up here, which we can put stuff. Oh, crikey, there's actual. Oh no, there aren't. Where have they come from? Should we just do a quick check? See if there's any nests that it's not found. Some here. Oh, we're out of ammo now. Cool. It's all worms, I think. Can't see any. Right, let's head up. Enough messing about. Enough messing about. Why? Going wrong way. Oh. Oh, behemoths. Have to clear all that down so that we can build safely. Actually, hang on. 1 second. Put another one of these on. Yeah, yeah, you'll get yours. Okay. The gobs always remind me. Oh, the gobs always remind me of which one is it? Return to Monkey Island, is it? The second Monkey Island game. You have to do a spitting contest. And there's several things involving grog-coloured spit. It's a lurid green. It also looks like, particularly when it's flying through the air, it just looks exactly like I remember the animation being. Okay, I think that should be enough room to work with. So let's get these added in. Ooh, might need to and sort them out. Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, that's where they came from. Got one domestic. Okay. Pretty squishy when you run over with a tank. Okay. Guess I'm going to need to for all this as well. Fine. How are we doing on this end? Still filling in. Righto. I could also, I guess I could add on and build this. Get a bit of rail connecting here. It'll drag power over as well. Across there. Oh. Oh, why not? I've got this. Come on, you slow boats. It was you that set off building things you weren't asked to build. Actually, I didn't do the bottom bit. Couple more goes on this. I did do one of the improvement researches to make them crash less. It doesn't actually seem to make a massive difference. Oops. Nearly there. Why have you not built that bit? A little bit of a correction here. Make up for the lack of land. Here, I think. Well, I shouldn't take that out yet because I'll have to get it again. There we go. Over here. Got some bits. Oh, I was going to do the power armor thing, wasn't I? let's see about that then. So, in fact, if I go and plonk myself here, if you imagine this needs to be the turnaround to make life a little bit easier. So, this here. So if I pop out, stand in the middle of it, see what I can build. In the meantime, go down. Find that thing here. Forgot all about this. So we want Power Armor Mark 2. And I think we've got all of those. We haven't got a power armor there though. I don't think. But when I go back, so what I want to do, set that to that, back it off, and set a condition on you. Because it's not even powered up. So I don't want it to make a million of them. So that's less than 1. 1. Okay, so if we add on some juice. Oh, no big electric motors. Interesting, why not? Ah, because it's not getting steel. Are we really that strapped for steel? Only just coming in again. Okay, well we'll weld them. But if we just plop in a substation here. Because that'll then get it everything. Apart from the power armor, and I can use the one I've got, I think. I've probably actually got. Yeah, I've got modular armor. How many? Oops, how many steps off is that? Just the one. I'm thinking about doing having the. Because I've never really done it. The whole having a couple of suits thing, and swapping them out rather than because I usually change the gear in them. So I'm wondering maybe I should swap, do the suit swapping thing. Because I've never really done it. Yeah, let's do that. So if we build another one of these, we're requesting do I have any guess what the next Friday facts will be? Wow, well. No. I think I've kind of learned the lesson that of predicting Macus, because I think I've predicted that like the last 3 times, basically. Oh, what are you? Oh, no, you don't want to do that. You want them things. How many of those is it going to make? Oh, it's only got one modular armor, so I can only make one anyway. Yes, I really don't know. I've already said, I really like the techie ones, so I always really enjoy the techie ones. I think, I don't know, if they're not going to do, I suppose the problem is that's artwork as well. I was going to say, if they're not going to do Bacchus again, I think we've had kind of too many quality of life ones and that sort of things really in a row. One that was about, I mean, you could do almost like production-y ones in a sense, a sort of, I mean, I think there's plenty of topics they could talk about. The difficult, like, we could have science, we could have military, we could have biters, we could have those sorts of things. I think the problem is that in order for those to be like good blogs, you would need to have talked about backers, because I think a lot of stuff is dependent on us knowing about the. You're just going to end up with, that, like it said in the most recent one, where it's, redacted, or things we'd not told you about, and it's okay to have a few of those. But if the entire blog is half of it is, well, we can't say that because we've not told you about Bacchus and Aquila. We can't say that because we've not told about Bacchus, and so you end up with the difficulty of pulling forward too many blogs because they're dependent on you knowing stuff about the others. Otherwise, they make no sense, or they just give it away. So I think they're reaching the point where, in terms of like gameplay and stuff, they kind of can't. There's quite a lot of minor features I think they could probably do entire blog posts on, but I think we've had too many of them. So I'd actually prefer something more about, I say, like the production side of it, in the sense of, why is it not? Oh, is it still waiting on motors? Of like, like design for things that we've already seen. So, because we never really got one about the design of the EMP. We got one about the, the artwork, the design of the, well, that was part of the Volcanus one, but we didn't really get it for the electromagnetic plant. So there's like a gap they've got in there. So I'd quite like to see something like that. Or, and in particular, we had, a techie one about how they did the map design for Volcanus, a techie one for the map design, the new generation code for the for Nauvis. Again, we never really got one for Folgora. So I think that would be quite an interesting one to do. So how does it do the plateaus, and how does it work around making it work? We sort of got that, I think, but so I'd quite, if they're going to do some more fill-in ones, because Bacchus really isn't ready, then I'd like them rather than more quality of life stuff. But otherwise I'd like to see, say, things more on the production side of, or like more about the music maybe, or how close is it to being done, and all that sort of stuff. So, but what I'd really like to see is combat stuff, and I don't think they can tell us that because it's dependent on something that we've not been told about, Bacchus. So that's the type of thing I think I'd like to see if it's not the planet reveal. But I really think they need to, unless they really are doing this thing where they ramp them up towards the end, they really need to get on it. Tell us what it is, because it's a bit silly how close it's getting without telling us anything about it. And especially without it being, I mean, there could be, you see, this is the problem. The rocket turret is okay because we know about, we know what rockets are. But if you're going to introduce another weapon system and it's dependent on something you make on Bacchus, well, they can't then tell us about that because we'd have to know about Bacchus. So, or whatever it's called. So yeah, they're getting a limit to, I think, how much they can sort of bring forward, in a sense. I think once they've got that one out of the way, I think they're probably home and clear, because I think everything on Aquila is going to be either so mad or so different, or, it doesn't matter. They could leave all of that until literally the game launches. But, a techie blog about how they, get Aquila to generate would be fascinating, I'm sure. But until we've seen it, you can't do that blog, So yeah, they really need to do it, I think. Don't worry, next week it will be about Bacchus, as always. Next week. Yeah. It'll be on Friday, and Friday never comes. Next Friday, sorry. And next Friday never comes. Cool. So we're sort of there, nearly. Pop this in. What are we doing on time? It's only 5:02. If I get this finished... I'm not building it. Let's build it. Oops. Am I not? I haven't got any. That's why I'm not building it. There we go. Cool. So if we now pop in, that's the wrong thing. Turn around. Oh, which of course we can't do because I keep forgetting this is backwards. So why does that work? Because... because they're coming in behind this one. Because of where they join. And it's because I'm now going to the end. So really I should have done all of that. Okay. That makes more sense in my head. I was just like, well, why did it work before? And no, it doesn't work. Yeah, we pop. Oops. That in. Train should start appearing. This is going to have to be another landfill one, isn't it? If we head over. Oh, hello, Excel. Why are the request chests and not just a belt of ammo? I've already got a belt, one with a belt of ammo. I just prefer doing it this way, to be honest with you. Never really been a fan of sticking ammo on a belt. It's always felt horribly inefficient. But it's just a preference, really. And hello, and welcome to the stream. I'm afraid I am about to end, but welcome anyway. So, what was I going to do? I was going to turn that one on. No. Where's the ticky box? Okay. What are you ticky box for? You're for expansion yet. So there we go. And then that's to be on for this one as well. Cool. So trains will arrive, hopefully. We need some more radar sparks things, which is odd. I thought I put one in there. Guess not. Yeah. Crikey. Okay, so I've got radar in there. Not enough. No. Let's put one there as well. No. Yeah, let's put one there. Cool. I could connect this up, I guess, couldn't I? Let's see if I can do this now. Turn this into a proper junction. I might have to go and fill it out there. Too many buttons. Is this Navis? Yes, this is Navis, yeah. Yep. I'm trying to wall myself in, basically, so that I've got... Because this whole setup, this whole military wall thing, is like expandable completely remotely. That's what it's designed to be, so that I could just add on missing walls and what have you. Add on more space, effectively. You know, so it's got connections here, so that I can just expand. So I'm trying to get it all put in, so that, because what was happening with these is they were chewing on the base, and I didn't have all the stuff, and because all of this is designed around requester chests, I needed to get that research done. So that's what I've kind of done, and it's ended up kind of delaying things a lot. So once this is all in, now this is kind of self-sufficient in a sense. It's not quite, but it's like self-contained. And so when I need to grab things, you know, I can use all of my blueprints and what have you, and just, you know, mine up resources and all that sort of stuff. So once it's all there, it's a lot more... It doesn't require as much manual intervention. I mean, I don't actually need to be here doing a lot of this stuff. I'm just doing it because otherwise it wouldn't be a very good stream, because I would just plop some blueprints in, you know, go away for 10 minutes, come back, and they'd have done what I needed them to do. So a lot of this is more manual than it needs to be. But yes, we're about, I guess we're about a third of the way. Probably more, closer to half. for doing that, and it's going to take a while. This is going to be the tricky part, and I will probably leave that side of it because I can kind of chop it off there and just deal with these guys. But I think I need to set up some sort of temporary artillery stations in order to clear them out. But once they're gone, it's very expandable and, you know, very hands-off. And then we can actually start doing what SpaceX is meant to be about, and doing space and planets and all those wonderful things. Okay. What are we doing? There's a gap in the railway. What are we doing? Yeah. We have trains on the way. By the looks of things. Where are trains? Where are you? Oh, I forgot to turn this one back on. Whoops. I completely forgot I'd put that train there. But yeah, we can use that one as well, because as I say, we've run out of our shells, so I can just send that one over. Where I need to clear a bit of this out to make a bit of room, move it forward, you know, clear an extra bit of space, run away, clear a bit of space, run away, etc., etc. How are we doing? How are we doing? No actual trains yet. Here we go. There's our first one. Doesn't look like this is properly filled out. Okay, let's go and fix that. Especially since it's now shooting nests. Quite enough. It's confusing this though. Misaligned. Robobot. That's interesting. I guess it doesn't take... Oh no, because that's still connected to the other one. Okay. So it's the inserter that's switched off. Okay. In which case, I should disconnect that, shouldn't I? There we go. Oh, of course it's backwards. That's proving very confusing. Right. Well, they turned up and did some shooting, so... Nice. Wrong button. Okay. Nice. Oh, sorry. I'd also appreciate a Friday Facts about their reasoning behind decisions. I kind of like the part where they explained how Fogger was not that special in previous drafts. Yeah, I'd say I really like that deep dive stuff, and hopefully, I sort of kind of hoping that the Friday facts don't just stop when the space age thing comes out. I'm sure they won't, because they'll be like talking about bugs and all that sort of stuff, and it'll go for a few weeks more. But I kind of hope there's almost like post-mortem-y type stuff of, well, now you've got it, here's all the juicy details from the development, etc. So yeah, that's always fascinating stuff to read. How much ammo do I request per chest? I think it's only 20. I don't know. Hang on. Can I get across there without killing me? What are we on? 20, yeah. Which is... Oh, it's interesting we've got 4 here. Yeah. Oh, it's a lot of ammo, but I got so much of it made. It's not actually a problem. Yes, okay then. So, while the trains do their thing... Cool. I will pop up the old schedule. Where is the button? There's the button. That's not worked. There we go. Yes, so that's it for this week. I think. Well, I've been debating about doing another one tomorrow. Same again. It sort of depends if I play this and how much I get through, because I don't really fancy doing another one that is literally just me sticking down, military stuff. And if you look, I say, this is I've got to kind of clear this out because I need the copper, and there is more better copper on this, but it's even further over, and we can do expansion then and start grabbing more resources. But as I say, it's sort of not probably great streaming content as such, so I will probably try and not do that, but it's a heck of a lot of biters to clear out that we've got to go. So yeah, as I've been debated doing a stream tomorrow, but I haven't really kind of... Well, I don't think it will take too long in the grand scheme of things, but you are talking... I don't think I'd finish it in 3 hours just because of the amount of biters to clear out. Maybe if I can do them tonight. Just building it in takes a long time, but I can, because this is much less in the way of landfill basically. So there's this bit here, but then none of this is landfill, so it's all the land building. I mean, there's landfill there, but not like we've been having to do here, this is the slowest and tedious part. Sticking these in is actually relatively quick. So I don't know. It's really whether I can clear the biters out, because I just don't fancy doing another 3-hour stream that is basically exactly the same again. And I need to get the walls in, as I say, so that I'm more secure. And then we can actually build some interesting stuff. I need to set up a proper cargo rocket to send, more things into space, I think. We also need to go to... I'm clicking around on the thing, so I'm trying to look at... I'd worked out which... Because we've already... Well, we need to go back to RAN because of how badly I messed up by not leaving any repair packs on RAN. But also, do I want to use RAN as my... Because what I want to do, basically, is build a little mini factory that will make sort of belts. And I'm not talking, level 3 belts or anything like that. It's just yellow belts and basic assemblers. Maybe blue assemblers, I'm not sure. But that it's like a little base that can then build the things that I need. So it'll build mining drills, and a bit like my Kickstarter base in my blueprint set. But it would then build, recyclers and all the weird extra things that this has, and it would only build them slowly in a few. But the idea is that I would be able to plop that down on a new planet, and that's what I take with me in a rocket, and I know what I need then. I can set the requests up and that so that it requests the things in for a rocket in order to populate a new planet. And then also there's then space maybe for doing military stuff with it, if I need to clear out the planet. But I can't remember which one it was identified. I'm pretty sure it was Damia, but I'm not entirely sure I can get to Damia, because Daedalus doesn't have any vulcanite on it. But once I've got vulcanite, like as a, I know I need it fixed ran, but I mean, I must be able to get to them. Maybe it's a fuel issue. I don't have the fuel. Because we need to put fuel into space as well. Well, I need to start making it there so that I can launch rockets from the platforms. Because it's quite expensive in terms of fuel getting off an Alvis. Anyway, I'm not showing the map. No, I know I'm not showing the map. I'm gibbering rather than I'm not actually looking at anything in particular. Yes, so schedule. I probably will get time to play this, and it's really whether I go through. I might just do a stream anyway if I get bored that is something else, not Factorio or something. I don't know what that would be, because this is all I've been playing recently. I guess I could take a look at Nightingale, what the update was for that, because there's now an offline mode for Nightingale. Obviously, if that's not your cup of tea, then don't bother. The notification will let you know whether it's Factorio or not. But yes, I had thought about. I mean, I might do it. No, I can't do it later in the week. But yeah, so the schedule then for definite is next week. We'll return with more SpaceX, but not Saturday, because I will not be available. So we will be back definitely next Sunday with more SpaceX. I might be streaming it tomorrow. I don't know. That'll be off the cuff, that one. So that's the schedule. The only other thing I usually promote is my YouTube channel. I have all of the VODs for this series and all the other Factorio series I've done, from No Spoon Run to my Mega Base attempt to what else have I done? Obviously the Aesthetic series and Blueprint series. But then there's also like a Satisfactory playthrough until I got really annoyed and stopped playing. There's Tectonica, there's Dyson Sphere programs, about 3 series of that. So there's all sorts of VODs on there if you wanted, but the thing I mainly try and promote is that I do a read through every week, if you're new and you've not heard this, of the Friday Facts, and I try and give a bit more commentary and a bit more sort of speculation and analysis and that sort of thing, compared to some of the other YouTubers. So those are fairly meaty videos. If that's something that would be of interest to you, then you can find them all on my YouTube channel, as I say. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else. If you have been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it, and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Factorio. Thanks for watching. Cheers.